simple teleportation spell should...
Pause, interloper!
Stay back, friends. My sister and I will take care of the beast.
Luna and Celestia feel a new lust for life after the events involving Sombra's return. Unfortunately, it's taking away from the main six's thunder from saving the day to everyday tasks. Pinkie Pie suggests they do everything they always wanted to do outside of Canterlot Castle, which will give reasonable prep and practice for the girls to rule Equestria once the princesses step down. Hijinks ensue. Hello, you know what you're watching, you know who we are. This is Between Dark and Dawn by Gail Simone. Man, this episode was fun!
Right? Holy sweet mother of pearl, this was unapologetically fun! I haven't had a smile this big on my face since Sparkle 7. I mean, yes, there are some flaws that come with it, but I had such a good time, I don't even care! Wait, what's that?
What do you mean we have to stay professional? You had no issue when I freaked out last week or when Ari was here for She's All Yak.
Oh, come on, can't we just have one? Please?
Ugh, fine. Let's be professional and talk about the flaws first, because as much as I love Gail Simone and her non-pony work, there are a couple things that might have been lost as far as continuity and consistency, since she's not an in-house writer.
Yeah, as much fun as we had, there are some problems to point out. Like, some of the dialogue could have been worded a lot better in the first act. Like this moment, for example, when the Royal Sisters first helped the main six defeat a pony version of Torterra.
To be honest, we've recently realized we like being part of the action.
Experiencing life instead of just dreaming about it.
And making a difference outside the throne room.
Selly, Lulu, darlings, don't take this the wrong way, but when you say stuff like that under the guise of what you've been missing this whole time, that kinda sounds like you've been intentionally ignoring every crisis your citizens have gone through. That kinda paints you as terrible ponies if you think about it.
Well, Twilight is sort of no different. See, Twilight assumes that when she takes Celestia and Luna's job, that means they do everything. When it comes to the royal swanifying ceremony, she speaks for everyone and dismisses the committee in charge, thinking the princesses do everything by themselves. It was only when they were panicking and running behind that Fancy Pants explains there's a reason for the committee. The princesses delegate since problems and events come at them all at once. First of all, I now feel bad for my congressman when everything's on his plate. Second, this line.
Ooh, new plan, every pony. We're going to delegate.
Oh, you mean like what you were doing at the beginning of the episode with the world turtle? Or what the princesses have been doing with you since the show's beginning? You know, for the smart one, you kinda suck at picking up on these things.
Hey, don't put the blame on Twilight. I mean, after all, she learned from the best. Not only that, but there's also this line.
So this is how you rule Equestria.
That face. That is a face that says,
"Ah, I've been thinking about how to rule a kingdom all wrong. It all makes sense now. I must rethink my strategies."
I don't know, is it wrong I'm sensing red flags here? No? Alright then. Going back to the concept of the Royal Sisters retiring. Even after this episode, I'm still a little on the fence about this decision. Like I said before, Twilight and the others have basically been handling their jobs outside the throne room since the very beginning. Honestly, if any pony deserves a vacation more, it's the main six. I mean, yes, the Royal Sisters are finally helping other ponies so they can fulfill their sudden adrenaline rushes. But come on, these two are actually doing stuff more frequently now. Capitalize on that, main six. You freaking deserve some time off. Twilight was having full-blown panic attacks about all this heavy responsibility she thought she wasn't prepared for earlier in the premiere. Give them all another Zeppelin cruise, man! They must be exhausted! But yet, after they see how far the Royal Sisters take the mundane tasks, they suddenly don't want their help now? I don't know about you, but this is starting to become too unfocused. And honestly, if I were Twilight, I would go up to Celestia and Luna and pull a DWK like, okay, so after today, I can clearly see not only do you suck at ruling a sovereign nation, but you also suck at actually helping your subjects. Jesus Christ, no wonder I gotta do everything around here. You two are worse than Cadence, and even she does absolutely nothing better than you. Oh yeah, that's right. You actually made me compliment Blandy McBarbie Horse. That's how you are.
Wow, I got nothing to add to that. But if I can defend Twilight just a tad, she seems to have instilled a new sense of confidence after putting Sombra out to pasture. So thinking she can handle everything might have sounded like handle anything in her head. Still no excuse for the delegation faux pas. So now that that's out of the way, can we please gush about everything else? Sweet. Now, if you haven't read or watched anything written by Gail Simone, you're now aware she excels in writing funny stories. The episode was littered with humor from beginning to end. It's really hard to pick a moment or character that really stood out when it came to comedy. But if I had to pick my favorite character or moment, it would probably be Celestia and, well, just watch.
Celestia, since we're both a little tired, maybe the first thing we do shouldn't be too wild?
Exactly what I was thinking.
Well then, who knew Celestia was secretly an adrenaline junkie? You know, Celestia, you could have satisfied those urges earlier in the show by, I don't know, actually helping the main six defeat creatures like Discord and... Actually, you know what? Forget about it. I'm beating a dead horse at this point. The point is, the Royal Sisters are so adorable when they act like normal siblings. Those were the standout moments to me in episodes like Slice of Life and A Royal Problem, when they drop their stoic and regal attitudes and actually take the time to show that they have a down-to-earth sibling relationship. Especially during the song, Lotta Little Things. I freaking adored this tune, and the visuals coupled to it were just so cute to boot. It not only showed more of their sisterly bond that we barely see, but it also helped progress the story, showing Luna's ever-growing lethargy and frustration as they continue to do each item on their list. Celestia being more of the thrill-seeker, and Luna enjoying the smaller pleasures like art, musicals, and even opera.
Not to mention, another Pony comic shoutout with Ponyacci, although this one is the actual opera and not the greatest clown in the world turned teacher from Pinkie Pie's microseries comic. But continuing on from the comedic moments, I didn't think Rainbow Dash of all ponies would come in with the sarcastic and over-the-top quips. I could have mistaken her for being a part of the Rift Tracks crew.
All the times we've actually needed their help, and they show up for this?
Apparently, it's a celebration of all the swans in the Royal Lake. We round them up, parade them through the streets, and finish with a party in the castle.
One question. Why?
Wow. Yakety Sax must have really knocked Pinkie off her A-game if other ponies are stealing her thunder. One more thing concerning the Royal Sisters. As they progressively get testy with each other, this happens.
Oh, just face it, Luna. You are never happy.
Because you don't want me to be happy. I always have to do things your way. I bet you wish I'd never come back so you could still rule day and night.
This argument scene was probably the toughest to sit through. Not because it was bad, quite the opposite, but because of the weight it carries if we think back to their relationship before Nightmare Moon. With both of them using the Royal Canterlot voice against each other, I may be inclined to agree with Nikki V's theory that history is going to repeat itself and Luna may relapse. We've seen a little hint of it this season in Sparkle 7 with Luna being the inside mare, and her supposed resentment for Celestia coming back is really starting to show here. So yeah, move aside Grogar, you may have a new force to contend with soon.
So this episode may seem like it's coming across as a mixed bag, but the humor, music, animation, and heart trumps any negative will we have towards it. There's really not much to say outside of, we had an absolute blast watching this.
Definitely. Yes, it has noticeable problems with consistency and such, which is kinda unignorable, but quite frankly, we had too much fun to care. So we both give Between Dark and Dawn 2 hooves up. And with that said, we now enter the mid-season hiatus. We hope you enjoyed what we had to say so far on Friendship is Magic's final season, and we can't wait to see what the second half has in store for us.
Until then, you'll be seeing us next time for the second My Little Pony TV special, Rainbow Road Trip. Thank you once again for stopping by the balcony. I'm the voice of reason.
And I'm Thespio, and you're at the screen.